Chelsea 3, AC Milan 1. Lewis, what a day, man.
Bro, I didn't expect the second half like that. Really didn't. And this could be a Kickstarter for the new season under Potter. Could be. I'm not going to jump to conclusions to yet, because it could be very easy to after a performance like that against a team like that as well. But context to take into account, like they do have hella injuries coming into this game and everything, but we dominated. We had a convincing win in spite of all of that, because you could be forgiven for thinking we would still make this a hard game. And it looked like that in the first half, especially before the goal. Big up yourself, my guy. Even before the goal, because they were dominating us in midfield. They had the majority of the ball. Every time we had the ball, we were losing the second chance and everything. And then the first goal comes in from Fofana, and the game literally turns on its head. And from that point on, AC Milan didn't even have a sniff in the game. Reece James had Rafael Leão in his back pocket. I'm like this close to bringing back the penitentiary, but for Reece James, because can't lie, this guy deserves it, and he's at least going to be here for the next 7 years too. Silva had Giroud in his back pocket. That was a brilliant duel between the pair of them, but you knew Silva was going to have it at the end of the day. And yeah, in the second half, we just completely ran through them. Like Aubameyang, I saw people on his neck before the goal. They're saying his touch is terrible. He hasn't done anything. He's ghosted. This is yet again the same thing as the Palace game. I don't care about what he does, as long as he gets the ball in the back of the net. And when you feed him enough chances, he will score. We didn't see a clear-cut chance for Aubameyang in that game. Not until the first goal went in. As soon as he gets a decent delivery in a decent position, he's putting in the back of the net. And that's a big difference between Chelsea of the last 3-4 years and now. And in terms of the top four race, in terms of trying to get us back into where we were under Thomas Tuchel, the one thing we need is a reliable goal scorer. Now, it is early. It is very early, but it feels like we finally have that. Someone who's instinctual, someone who has the movement that you need in the final third, but also doesn't waste their chances. And this is why I was screaming like, yeah, we needed a creator. We needed a number 9 first and foremost. Because you put Havertz in that position, he's not scoring. You put Werner in that position, he's not scoring. And say the same for nearly all of our forwards over the last 3 to 4 years. And then after the second goal, AC Milan now have to put bodies forwards. It's just absolutely killed themselves. We got a third goal off Reece James, and he deserved that as well after the performance he had. And perfect. AC Milan gave up. They literally took Leão off with 20 minutes left. They knew the game was done. But brilliant performance from us. Bring it to Wolves. But I'm not going to say too much, because AC Milan was at least open. Yeah. And this is the thing about the Champions League games. You face more open opposition. They're going to give you a game. They're going to try to attack you. You have much more chance as a result. Wolves, we can already sit here and say they're going to sit back. They're just going to sit back. They've only just brought in a new manager. I think he's an academy manager as well. They're not in good form. They're just going to try and hold for a draw. That's probably going to be a bigger test than today. But build off the confidence of today. Exactly. Build off the confidence of today and see what we can do over the next few games.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I mean, one of the things we talk about, that low block, team sitting back. That was one of the issues that we talked about with Crystal Palace and that game, having the creativity, especially in that midfield area. We were creating more chances today, but you said it yourself. Aubameyang only had one real chance, and he put it away. That's not going to work out every game, and if it does, fair play to him, but we need to create more as well, don't you think?
Completely agree. Like, the whole first half, still had the same issues of just way too much overplaying in the final third. Reece James probably his only downside in the game. Sterling as well, his end product was very poor today, but don't really say too much about Sterling. He's still our best attacker.
He's still got an assist as well.
He's still got... There you go, innit? That's just Raheem Sterling for you. That's how you know he's class. But even then, like, chance creation, in the final third, we still play way too many passes, and that's okay when we're playing an open game, even if it is frustrating. If we're facing a team that's going to sit deep, all those extra touches do is it allows them to sit back, it allows them to sort their defensive lines out, and we've seen how frustrating we can be in that sort of regard. I'm not going to try and speak too negative on it, because this is the best performance of the season. We've scored 3 goals. I don't know when we've ever seen Chelsea score 3 goals. It's been ages since that's happened for us. But we still have to keep it going in the next few games. And Wolves are going to have to rotate because we've got AC Milan away. That's probably as big, if not bigger, than this game, because that's going to be what takes us into first place in the table. And yeah, just keep it up. Just keep it up.
Mason Mount has been a big topic of discussion. I wasn't surprised that he started today, but I said to myself, if he does start and he doesn't perform, he's got to be dropped for the next game. What did you think about his performance? Because the pressure's certainly on.
I don't know, because it's a tale of two halves, really. First half, he was like our worst player on the pitch. He was slipping everywhere, just poor passes, dispossession, same old Mount the whole season. Second half, the game opened up a bit more because of as the goals kept flowing in, and Mount found himself in more space. He started having more successful passes and everything, and he looked to be a little bit more impactful. Now I could build off that, but we're not going to have that sort of game on Saturday. We're going to have a much tighter game, and I still don't know if Mount's going to be the answer for us. But then who else is? Because Pulisic still didn't see the pitch. Ziyech still didn't see the pitch. Havertz, you could play him, but he's been just as bad as Mount in my opinion. So I don't know. I feel like for right now, you could keep everything the way it's been, really. Maybe add Jorginho into the midfield, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic I thought were really good. They started slowly, but then they were dominating them. And I was watching Benacer because he was a target for us for next season potentially as a Jorginho replacement. Ruben had him in his back pocket the whole second half. And brilliant performance from him as well. So maybe it has to stay the same. Maybe it does, but I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had a little camera invasion there. Yep. But we were talking about Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek. What a fantastic performance from the pair of them.
Yeah, brilliant from the pair of them. Defensively as well, solid. Trevor Chalobah, I was really surprised with his performance because I thought he got put on by surprise. He might have struggled to get into the pace of the game. He kept Rafael quiet as well, and he just continued on the progress that Fofana was doing. And again, it's about building on this sort of game. Like, this is a very confident performance I've seen from us. It's about bringing that confidence into the next game. It's also about starting quicker as well, because we never seem to start well, and we didn't start well today either. Before the goal, we weren't good enough, and we do still need to keep that into account. But keep it up. Try and have a better start in the next game, and yeah, we do still need to be quicker in terms of our chance creation, but that will take time under Graham Potter. Right now, it's just about getting the results. It's about bringing a winning confidence into the side, and 2 wins in 2, it looks like we're doing it. It's just about keep building it up, because right now, out of everyone who's in a race for top 4, we kind of look like the furthest back. But there's still plenty of time to bring it back, though.
Yeah, because, I mean, it seems like Liverpool are out of that race, the way they're playing at the moment. They can't seem to get any consistency
They're in
together.
the top 4 race with us.
Okay, you could say they're in the race, but I think it's really between us and United.
Early to tell, because right now I put everybody in there. The top 4 race is never consistent. I always say this, and towards the end of the season they always drop points. So I'd expect United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea all to be in there. Maybe Liverpool as well, maybe. But if that's the case, we could potentially, I'm not going to say finish second, but if things go the right way, we could do that.
Let's not get carried away.
No, but that's how tight it's going to be between second and 6th, in my opinion. You can bring some consistency into it. You could end up somehow pushing yourself up there, but that's very early to tell. Right now, same problems are still there as Tuchel. We still need to make more chances, but at the very least, defensively, we look solid again. And it was about that defence building an understanding of each other. And as soon as that happens, we'll concede less goals. We can afford to have games of poor chance creation and winning by 1 goal or 2 goals. Because at the very least, we will not concede. That's why we didn't care too much about our attack last season. This season, though, we've been a bit more leaky. As soon as that sorts, should be fine, because now we have a number 9. Now we have somebody who will actually take their chances when we put it onto them. Before we didn't have that, and we had poor chance creation. Now we have someone who takes limited chances. That could be the difference for us.
Absolutely, mate. Well said. And just to finish it off, obviously, still a difficult challenge actually getting through the next stage of the Champions League. Are you confident with that side? Because we're talking about top 4, but Champions League is a completely different kettle of fish.
This was must win for that, and we not just won, but won convincingly.
Fucking vloggers.
Dickhead. Big up yourself. Yeah, he's absolutely threw my head off. Yeah, must win, won this one. It is still about winning the next game 2 away. If we can do that, then not only have we put ourselves firmly in first place, but we've also taken 6 points off our closest challengers. So if we can get a win at AC Milan, I would say it quietly, but that should see us through to the last 16. Because we should be getting a result in one of the 2 games against Salzburg or Zagreb. Right now it's about these 2. We've done the easy job. San Siro is going to be a different test. Even about the golfing class, even with the injuries that AC Milan have, that atmosphere is going to make a massive difference next week. We saw the same thing against Juve. We absolutely pammed them last season here. We couldn't get a result over there, though. It's different. So if we can get 3 points, if we can even draw there, should put us in the driving seat. But it's still very tight right now.